first audition was Wizard of Oz, I guess, and I was like awkward little 8th grader who was like, I'm gonna be in a play. And there were just all these people, and all these people who were way better at what they were doing than I was, and I felt like I had no idea what I was doing, but I was also one of those kids that was just sort of fearless, so I went up there and I was like, and I'm here to be in a play.
I knew that this company was a fun company. I knew from the very first audition the smiles on the directors' faces and the people there, and I knew it was going to be a fun process, and I knew I was going to make a lot of new friends and have a lot of new journeys and adventures with it. So fun. I'd say fun.
Well, I was in the 4th grade, and I had been anticipating this moment for several years, and I went in, and I think it was at Avery Trace Auditorium, and I was very intimidated. I was very nervous because it was something that I had never done. I really had no idea what I was doing. And by the end of the process, it was still just as nerve-wracking, but I guess it paid off.
Well, I can remember actually where and when and everything. It was, spring of 2007. I walk into the gym over at College Side, and I see all these people, and I think, some of them I think, hey, I know who that is, and some, of course, I think, who the blazes is that? But basically what I first overall thought was, I hope I don't screw up.
The only thing that I can remember was being around a lot of kids that I really liked and that I really wanted to get to know. So it was a good time though, and it just exploded from there.
First play I auditioned for was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I was sneezy, and the only line I remember from that play was, "Where's my boot?" That's all I remember from that play, and it was great. It was great because Jennifer Welch was actually Miss Jennifer. She was in the play as well. She was Snow White, and that was the first time I ever met her. And yeah, it was really cool to actually work alongside her. And then a year or two later, she was actually my director. So it was kind of pretty cool to actually have that relationship to begin with, going into the play that she first directed.
The first play I was supposed to audition for was Oliver, and I think that was 2003. I got to the audition and I was all ready to go. I was like walking in with the 5 other little people we were supposed to go in with, and I got so scared because this was back when you had to go into an actual theater and get on the stage and do Happy Birthday or whatever they were gonna make you sing, and I'd never done it. And I got to the door and they opened and I ran away and found my mom. But the first show I actually did get through the audition was for Little Mermaid.
First character I played was a townsperson. So started off very bottom, but it was still a really fun experience. I got to see all the other actors and talk to the ones that had been in it a long time, and learn from them. And yeah.
I was a Winky, which is one of those people with the big fuzzy hats who did the oh thing, and I also was something scary in the forest, and I danced around creepily. It was really fun. It was not a huge part, but I remember thinking it was just like the coolest thing ever.
Well, I was one of the fairy tale kids. I was the tallest and oldest one. I had one line the entire play, and the play was 2.5 hours long. And my one line was, "It isn't fair. It just isn't fair." I've never forgotten that line, ever. So CCT, I thank you for that one line.
My favorite character I ever played, can I have 2? Okay, I have 2. Okay, so I played Alakazam in Aladdin with Dillon James and, his little monkey sidekick. That was me. I loved that. And then I played LeFou in Beauty and the Beast. And that was another one of my, it's a tie between those 2. I have no idea.
It's actually probably top 2. My number 2 favorite character would have to be Aladdin, because I loved Aladdin and I loved being that was my first title character that I was in children's theater. But probably my favorite character would probably have to be Fred C. Fox from The Perils of Pinocchio. That was my first bad guy that ever played in a play before, and it was interesting. It was I really liked it. I mean, it was cool. My costume was awesome. I loved my costume. But yeah, that was probably my favorite character, Fred C. Fox.
Definitely Babette from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. I got to wear this French maid outfit with these feathers just coming down off of my skirt, and I lost a million of them every night probably. But I got to speak with this really cute French accent and be fun and flirtatious, and it was just so much fun.
The closing night of Beauty and the Beast, my very last show with CCT, was my most memorable. I was overcome with emotion because I knew how much I would miss this company when I left. CCT, I was with them for so long, and it became a home to me. Like many theaters had come to many actors. For me, it was a home, and I was leaving my family, physically leaving my family. But I remember the support I got from my directors and the producers and everyone involved. Just the support we had and the family that we still have with CCT. All these years later, we're still a huge family. And that night of the closing of the Beauty and the Beast, I knew I had my first real theater family.
Well, I learned a lot about, obviously, show business, theater. But I think what inspired me is that whenever I did theater, I always got the pleasure to work with Jennifer, and something that she instilled in me personally was that even if you're in charge of something so big, there's a certain way to go about treating people and working with people to do what you want to do, but not being rude about it. I just think it really, I learned a lot about myself and a lot about the character of a person just through the children's theater.
I learned pretty much how to be a professional, how to, do a show, how to be respectful, how to, work with others, and those are things that you just have to know in theater, entertainment, and life, and CCT really helped me with all of them.
Summer haze bound by the surprise.
Just learning how to learn more than your technique or how to play specific roles or stage direction or any technicalities in theater. The most important thing is just learning how to learn a task. Where, it's similar to playing a sport where you have to learn to take directions from your coach, you have to learn to take direction from your teachers, from your directors, and your lighting designers and costumers, and just learning to be a grown-up. That's what it is. You're practicing how to act like an adult.
CCT to me is, a special part of my life. It's something that I always look back on as, a place where I grew as a person, as an actor. Helped me, know what I wanted to do with my life, and it's always going to be part of my life.
To me, CCT means just being who you are and who you've always wanted to be, and doing whatever it is that you want to do, no matter what, and taking chances and living.
The advice I would give to a CCT auditioner would be just to smile in your audition, just have fun. You may not get the role you want. You might not get the princess the first time you audition, but the more comfortable you are and the more you try, the more they will see it. And it'll be really special.
Just every night give it 110%. If it's, you know, I don't know if it's a, you know, a public performance at 7:30 at night or a school performance at 8 o'clock in the morning. Just, you know, every single time you go on that stage, you're putting your name on that show. And just make it so that you put your mark on that show and you are as proud of that performance as you can be. And you'll go far.
Go for it. Shoot for the moon, you know. Don't let anybody get you down. You know, in any show, there's going to be drama and there's going to be things that happen. Don't let it bother you. Don't get sucked into it. Have a good time. That's why you're there, is to have a good time. Always remember that. You know, just work your rear end off and good things will come of it, and have a good time.
Don't give up. Like I said, I started out, I was a townsperson, and by my last show, I was Horton the Elephant in Sioux School Junior. You know, if it's something that you really love, something you're really passionate about, don't give up. You learn, you grow, your time will come, and, you know, just enjoy the ride.
Just be confident. You'll do fine. Whether you get the creepy forest creature dancing in the back or the princess at the center of the stage, it's great either way.
Tonight, we are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. Tonight, we are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.